Jack Haggerty from ARA Press. And I want to start out by sort of echoing Peter's comments. First off, thank you for all the multiple plugs. But considering what the plane ticket cost to get here, I hope you guys buy a whole lot of stuff. So even if not, we got stuff coming up. So, the most obvious thing I have right now is, of course, the dinosaur book, which is now out. I tried to get Roy to come. He had some family issues he had to deal with, so he couldn't make it. I said, well, we could do a signing. You want to do a signing? And the thing is, Al Cruz is still alive. He's the last surviving dinosaur pilot. And so we're going to try to get one of those together sometime, not too long from now. And, well, even though Bill just exited the room.
He's back.
Oh, Bill, good. I was going to say we couldn't get the author here to do the signing, but Bill did do the copy editing on this, and he has an acknowledgement in the front, so he'll sign your acknowledgement if you want. Okay.
I'm happy to face your copy and sign the acknowledgement page.
Okay. A few items. I have the complete. Except for the one that, where'd Randy go? Did you leave already? Oh, there you are. Except for the ones that you want to pick up, I should have plenty of the Extreme Rocketry series available in order. You get started, you get level 1 certification, staging high power, a pair that go together, which is optimal altitude and vertical trajectory systems. One lets you calculate how to go as high as possible, basically how to calculate optimum mass. And vertical trajectory systems is a thrust vectoring, well, not thrust vectoring, but a gas jet vectoring way of keeping going vertical. These are not simple, by the way, these last two. And then my favorite pair here is the incredibly ancient camera payloads and its companion piece that I brought out a couple years ago, aerial photo interpretation. So after you take your camera payload, you can interpret it and see what you got. The reason I started up printing this again is, even though 80% of the book is on how to adapt film cameras for flight, it also talks about how to build large payload compartments for fairly large technical payloads and how to activate them electromechanically. So I said that's still a valuable thing. Ignore the particular payload they're talking about. So we got those. Oh yeah, they're all $15 each, except for this is $20 because it's full color, but I can get you a deal if you want to buy more than one. I know the owner. All right. Two things coming up, and it better be here. Oh, there it is. Whew. Coming up very shortly. This is currently in layout. This is Jim Bassam. I think a lot of you know Jim. He's not here this year, but he wrote a thing on everything I know about rockets I learned from Der Red Max. This is a project-oriented book on how to get started from your very first rocket, subtitle, from your very first rocket launch to high-power certification. And he's got the whole family on the cover. He does everything with the Red Max, including multi-staging, boost gliding. And my favorite is the Flying Circus, which has multi-staging, boost gliding, helicopter recovery, and one other thing in there. It just blows up into all these things flying through the air. So that should be out into September, depending. It'll be about $20. And if you want to sign up for, not just sign up, I'll have sign-up sheets. My table is actually set up in the scale room, which you can't get to unless you're a scale judge, which sounds odd, but I'll be there Thursday night. And if you really want, I can make arrangements with you. I'll sneak you in the back door. After the Red Max, we've got the next generation of the Jupiter 2 Tech Guide. This one is off, not a whole lot of modeling information in here. This is more of a trying to rationalize the technology seen in Lost in Space, which, you know, okay, before it became a Monster of the Week show, they actually did approach Caltech for some, so a lot of the stuff in the original concept isn't bad. It just got really silly after that, like the chariot and the space pod and stuff. But it has a gigantic fan base. Some odds and ends. Oh, it's Companion, which I do have. Second version of Lost in Space, the No Place to Hide, which was the original title of the original pilot. And this is a history of the show and a history of the effects behind it. And it even has an appendix written by me showing more or less what the science was supposed to say, even though it doesn't. But it's that's in here. That's $20. Everything is $20, Peter.
Yeah.
I even have a couple of these left. The Starfleet Assembly Manual. I thought I'd just clean out the entire archives. For those of you who remember Usenet, this was from Rec.Star Trek. Back in the 80s, this guy started putting ways of upgrading all of the Star Trek kits that were currently available, how to light them, how to enhance their decals and stuff. He put out 3 of them, 3 little pamphlets, and then later bound them together in a book. And I've got a couple left. That's only $11. And finally, Mario produced. Unfortunately, Mario's not here either. This is sort of the Red Max book without the Red Max. You know, it's a sees the sky, a builder's guide to model rocketry. It is project oriented, and it also goes from your very first model to high power. So, and then finally, I do have more than 1 minute, right? Or I have about a minute, okay?
No, you've got several minutes.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'm almost done. I'll let Bill get back up. I came across these in, I won't say where, but I said, I gotta bring these out. I call these the Rocketeer Pin. And some of you have already seen the demo, but if you can't see it, it's got a level in the front so you can level your pad. Obviously, it's got metric and English scales for when you're laying it across that museum relic and you need a photo reference. A stylus, color-coded. Stylus unscrews. You got a screwdriver for arming rockets. Comes in both flavors and is magnetically retained. And while you're arming the rocket, you don't want to lose your stylus, so it screws onto the front so you can still hit the keypad. And it comes in 4 different colors, which I have named. I hope Gary doesn't mind too much. Estes Blue, after the founders of the hobby. Centauri Red. Aerotech Copper. And FSI, you can either call that teal or steel blue or sky blue. But anyway, they're free with purchase of $50 or more, or if you just can't stand having it, you've already bought everything from me, $10 each. So, and it's a really nice pen. I mean, I've been using these for a couple of years now. They write very smoothly and futuristic chrome. So, any questions now that I'm done? Must have done perfectly. Okay, Bill, you're back up.